One time.
Ali.
Come down. Come here, I'll be back.
Let's go, man. Mr. Remo. Hello. Hey. Voilà, il a masse. Hey, let's go.
Nice one. Oh, Lord, Rose Band, Daddy. What time? Let's go. Mama. One time. Let's go. Let's go. No. I'm not saying normal you. Back to you. Come on, me. I saw Yellow. Touch. Go. No, One time, Santa! No, don't go. Come on, John, not done now. Head. Hello again. Talk to them, make run, don't stand, make run, say hey. Hold the ball. Go for the ball. Right! Okay, side. Up to right. Which decision? That is what they give. Just to do something to them. Bello! Who poison? Joy! She got chicken! Joy, go inside! Ajube, cool down, watch your target! Time of God is quick. You know, I don't know.
Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Jishafe. Always good to promote our own sport, no matter how it is. We just have to accept it. Our ladies doing the business of playing football there. On Wednesday, they did well, play across the nation in the match day 7 of Nigeria Women Football League. Well, we'll be looking at that. But before we talk about the women football, we also have to talk about the men. NWFL match day 26 across the nation took place. It was a battle in Lafia, a battle in Abia, and every other location where 8 matches actually came up yesterday in the Nigerian Premier Football League, where games were played. And we look at all the activities in the world of sport. As we look at NPFL, NWFL, and also not forgetting our own under-20 team, Flying Eagles, who did well by defeating the host nation for under-20 AFCON in the friendly. We'll be looking at that also as the event actually goes on right now. Well, right now, let's start with NPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League, match day 26, where Nasarawa United, they did well. They stunned league leaders, Remo Stars, in Lafia. It was a stunning moment for Remo Stars. They couldn't believe what happened because they thought they were going to win that game. I remember before this game, the coach was talking to them, telling them they should go to Lafia and win, but they could not. According to the coach, Ogumode, they couldn't convert their chances. That's football. You plan it, it might just not work out the way you planned it. But right now, it worked out for Nasarawa United, the home team that applied their trade at the Lafia City Stadium there, where they were able to win that game. Looking at the colorful jersey of the solid miners, they deserve all the accolade they are getting. Being able to defeat Remo Stars already, the king of away matches. But for Nasarawa United, they won that encounter. Talking about their player, Anas Yusuf, this player right now is the highest goal scorer in the NPFL with 14 goals that he has scored this season. Congrats to Anas Yusuf, still leading the pack. He was one that scored that goal for Nasarawa United against Remo Stars, and that at least speaks a lot of volume there coming from for solid miners being able to defeat Remo Stars. Although Remo Stars have really done the business while the sun was shining, they make hay that time, and they are still trying to see how they can continue to win. All right, as we speak, they're still topping the table with extra 9 points, even though Shooting Stars fought hard to get a good one against Eyimba over there in Abia. But as it says, for Nasarawa United, that win has given them the chance to also hope for more, as we're able to at least peep Remo Stars by a lone goal score by Anas Yusuf in that game that took place in Lafia. Looking at the result of the NPFL match day 26, Shooting Stars traveled to Abia and they were able to play 1-1. 1-1, they shared the spoil there. Coach Ogumbote was able to at least get a point back home against Eyimba. Eyimba fought hard, but right now they could not win that game. It ended 1-1 in Abia there. As it says, Stanley Eguma will do everything possible to see how he can up that team. Enugu Rangers at the Cathedral in Enugu, they played against Sunshine Stars of Akure and they were able to win 3-0. The particular encounter there, Rangers, defending champ of NPFL, really dominated the game. They won 3-0 to triumph. Atlant played goalless against El Kanemi Warriors in Owerri. They fought hard, but goals did not come between the two teams. While Kano Pillars, they did well against Aqua United. They peeped Aqua by a lone goal. That is enough. They wanted 3 points and they got it. MVP actually going to Ahmed Musa of that particular team there. Kora United against Abia were also ended goalless. That was a tough match between the two, but they shared the spoil as Lobby Stars, surprisingly, they lost against Niger Tornadoes in their home game. In that game, they played in Bauchi 2-0 in favor of Niger Tornadoes. Actually came visiting and they were able to win. Nasarawa United, the one we've been talking about, they beat Remo Stars by a lone goal, and right now they are celebrating getting 3 points as Plateau United also did well. Coach Umboas did a good one, having 3 points against Coach Ladamboso of Bayelsa United. 3 points for Nasarawa United, 3 points for Plateau United, Niger Tornadoes, Kano Pillars, Enugu Rangers, and then look, other teams share this spoil in the NPFL match day 26. For Kano Pillars, well, they fought at the front of their massive fans. Look at the fans there. They came out en masse to support them. If you look at it, really, I always give kudos to northern teams, the way their fans support them when it comes to NPFL. In fact, any sport. You look at the northern side of Nigeria, they really follow sport. Is it hockey? Is it basketball? Whatever it is, they come out en masse and they really support their fans. Now, the fans of Kano Pillars deserve an award for the way they always come out en masse to support the same Executive boys, and they are really doing well. They won their game 1-0, and right now they celebrate. Ahmed Musa winning the man of the match. He really deserve it. Coming back to Pillar again, and he has really shown why they love him dearly in that team. For Kano Pillars, at least that game was a good one for them. They were able to get their 3 points at stake. Well, still talking about the NPFL, I just have to give kudos to all the teams that participated in match day 26. 2 more matches will be coming out. We'll be looking at that later. But right now, we're focusing on these 8 matches that have been played so far. And really, you have to appreciate the fact that NPFL is getting better and more competitive when it comes to football in Nigeria. A lot of people are beginning to fall in love with it, and because of the fact that it's been televised live, some matches are streamed live, and also people are beginning to see that, okay, we need to go out there, support our own. And we always advocate that Nigerians should support their sportsmen and women. By doing so, what they need to do is just go out there, support them, either by wearing their jersey, go to the pitches, watch those matches, or any other sport that we actually participate. Because if we don't, no one will do that. And you know, not everyone will actually be in the office of being business. Some people will actually do this business of sport, and we need to support them for what they are doing. After all, anytime they compete for Nigeria, it's always the green, white, green flag that will be hosted there, they win. So we need to support Nigerian sportsmen and women. Away from that, let's take a look at how the table is for the NPFL is getting interesting and competitive. If you look at the games being played, 26 games have been played so far in the NPFL, and the race to the end, match day 38, before it gets to that, we still have about 12 matches to play, and all the teams are battle ready. Well, for Remo Stars, they lost that game against Nasarawa Utd by a long goal, but as it is, they actually have 51 points, still standing there. Even though they lost, they have goal difference of 15. That's why it's always good to make it while the sun shines. They'll be able to do the business, even though they lost that game. The point was cut down, but still, they're still maintaining 9 points ahead of Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars are now having 42 because they were able to steal 1 point away from Abia, and now they got 42 points from 5 goal difference. Enugu Rangers, who were able to win convincingly against Sunshine Stars at the Cathedral in Enugu, are now having 41, and they stand third with 10 as their goal difference. Abia Warriors also, they applied their trade in Abia State, and right now they actually did well. Coach Imama Apakabo is the coach there, and now they have 40-point trailing with just a point behind them and 2 points behind them and Shooting Stars. So it's still very, very competitive in the that's NPFL top 4-5. You look at Rivers United, they are having 39. They'll be playing their own game, and Kano Pillars now standing 6th on the log, and you have them having 39 points as their that's the point that they actually gathered so far after winning that game by a long goal there. Ikorodu City, who are yet to play, they are standing 7th with 38 points, and they have 7 as their own goal difference. Niger Tornadoes, they saw against Lobby Stars, and they also conquered. They got 3 points, and now they have 37 points, a -1, cutting down the difference they had. And you have El Kanemi Warriors, who also fought hard to get a point, having 37, a -2 as goal difference, as Kwara United of Ilorin, and now standing 10 among the top 10 to have 36 points, 4 as goal difference in their match day 26. Right now, from 1 to 20 in the NPL, or 1 to 10 in the NPFL table. Now, if you flip it to the other side, we have other teams. Surprisingly, when it comes to football in Nigeria, Enyimba is forced to be reckoned with. But right now, for this season, they are really struggling. They have, from the matches they played so far, despite having a lot of matches at hand as at that time, they could not take advantage of it, as they nearly lost all those games, and now it's affecting them. Enyimba with standing 11 with 35 points from 26 matches. Look at the goal difference, just 1 for Enyimba International. Well, as it is, a tough one there for Stanley Eguma, and also Kanu Wanko, who is the chairman of that club, not finding it easy at all. Heartland of Owerri from Imo State, They play 26. They have, well, actually they have 33 points, a -1, alongside Katsina United, also on the same point and the same goal difference. Though with a match to go for Katsina, can they win their match? Then they can at least move up to 36 points. Bende Insurance of Benin, they are standing 14th on the log, 32 points. Plateau United trailing there with a point after winning their game in Jaws. That has at least pushed them forward despite having a deduction of 3 points. You look at Plateau United, against all odds, despite that deduction, right now they stand 15 on the log with 31 points and a -1 there. Bayelsa United, who visited Plateau United and lost by a lone goal, they have 30 points, a -4. Ladambozo is the coach of that team. Sunshine South of Akure, they traveled to Enugu State. They could not win their game. Actually, they were defeated by Rangers International, who actually won that game by extra 3 goals. 28 points for Sunshine Stars of Akure, a -17 for them right now. Against them, all the goals they've scored, they've actually conceded more. But Nasarawa United winning against Remo Stars, they moved to 18th position with 27 as the point and -9 as the total of the goal difference they had. Aqua United -9, 24 points, and Lobby Stars, who lost against Niger Tornadoes in Bauchi, they have 23 points and 26. Coach Mohamed Babaganaru, first game for Lobby Stars ended in a loss there. So right now is a tough one for Aqua United, Lobby Stars, Nasarawa United, Sunshine Stars. All those 4 teams need to brazen up for them to see how they can escape relegation, although it's still very open because of the fact that the gap is not too much. 28-27 for Sunshine and Nasarawa United, 2.3 points adrift. And you look at Aqua United, 6 points from them to 16th position, and Lobby 7 points. But they have 12 matches to play to be able to at least cover all the points that they want to cover with 12 matches, and you can still get at least a lot of points there. If they do well, they can move up and also make sure they avoid relegation. We've been talking about the NPFL match day 26 across the nation. 8 matches were played yesterday with a lot of goals, and you look at also draw that happened in the NPFL. Well, we wait to see what will happen in matches 27 as they also file out the 12 matches marathon. Can Remo Stars actually scoop this particular league? 9 points from 11 to 10, 10 to 9, and now between themselves and Shooting Stars of Ibadan, they have 9 points, 51-42. Okumodede and Ogunvote, both of them really need to, they'll be fighting to see how they can do it. This is the case of Anslot versus Mikel Arteta, although this particular Arteta is edging closer by cutting the point while they went in England. It's actually widening the gap. Well, right now, let's go on a short, on break for you to have some, at least, glimpse of LPFL. Then by the time we come back, we continue in the NWFL.
With a second!
Always very interesting to talk about our own sport there. Very, very interesting moment. Well, taking you back when Rangers actually won the league, they are the defending champion. They are still hoping that they can move up. We've been talking about the NPFL before we went on break, and now we're back. And still, to at least appreciate the fact that you are staying with us on the show, 360 Sports. We are bringing you our own league, NPFL. No one will do it better than us because we have to promote our own, no matter how it is right now. Well, while we talk about the men, let's cross away from men and talk about the women. The NWFL will be going on break, and right now, as it says, NWFL also play their match day 7 before they will go on break. They resume on March 19, but as it says, match day 7 across Nigeria in both Group A and B we actually played, and we have results of those games. But before then, let's talk about Abia Angels. That's the first story. NWFL, Abia Angels were able to win that game. As it is right now, Abia Angels beat Dannaz ladies in Lagos at Onikan Stadium. It was a moment that a lot of football points never believed could happen, but Dannaz lady lost that game. Even FC Robo Queen of Lagos also lost. So the two teams from Lagos lost their games in the encounter for match day 7. Well, as it says, the match day 7 saw a lot of goals being scored by the women, and we're looking at the results of the game starting from Group A right there. Well, Edo Queens actually did well. They were able to score 3 goals in Benin City. Edo Queens against Ekiti Queens. Chioma Moses scored a penalty kick for them. Mary Mahmoud in the 56th minute. Kafayat Mafishere also scored in the 68th minute to make it 3 goals for Edo Queens, who won convincingly against a team that came from Ekiti. Atlant Queens over there in Owerri did well against visiting Confluence Queens of Kogi. 3-0. It ended in favor of Heartland, who really tried their best to make sure they win that game, and you can't take anything away from them right now. In Owerri, you look at the scorers. Faith Sampson in the 2nd minute. Chimebere Okpara did well. You have Monica also scoring for that particular team to make it 3-0 in favor of Atlant Queens. Remo Stars ladies, they make it 4-0. You look at them, they really took their own pound of flesh. It ended 4-0 in favor of Remo Stars ladies, who really did well by being able to win that encounter. Kudos to them for the fact that they won and defeated visiting team Nasarawa Amazon. While Nasarawa United peeped Remo Stars. Remo Stars ladies walloped Nasarawa Amazon 4-0 in the encounter that went down there. Well, as it says, kudos to them for being able to do well in those games that were played across. Now, in Ikene, where you look at Bolaji Olamide scoring in the 10th minute, Kafayat Bashiru with a hat-trick in the 15th, 58th, and 78th minute. For Dannaz ladies of Lagos, it ended 4-1, and that was a match that no one expected it to happen, but that's football. If you don't play well, another team will defeat you. Abia Angels, they score Coastal of Fumilayo Adefue in the 2nd minute. Mary Lucky also scoring a hat-trick, 33rd, 41st, 88th to make it 4 for Abia Angels, while Fumilayo Adefue, Okpeyemi Awori, just pull one back for Dannaz ladies to have 4-1 in favor of visiting Abia Angels there for their match day 7 Group A result. Looking at Group B, let's take a look at Group B result, where Rivers Angels, like I said, a lot of goals were scored, 6-0 in Port Harcourt, where they did well. They were able to dominate, and you see they're actually celebrating. Rivers Angels went gaga against Adamawa Queens. They did well. Titilayo were there, 28th minute. Peace Effion got a brace where she scored in 24th and 53rd minute. Mary Moses did a hat-trick, 37th, 75th, and 79th minute for Rivers Angels in Port Harcourt. They did well by being able to win that game against visiting Adamawa Queens, who actually conceded 6-0 in that encounter. For Nigeria Tels, they defeated Benue Queens 1-0 in favor of Nigeria Tels over there at Buhari Stadium. They won 1-0 at Buhari Stadium, scored by Sophia Bankole in the 98th minute against visiting Benue Queens of Benue State. We're still talking about the result of the NWFL Premiership. You look at FC Robo Queens of Lagos. They tried their best, but they could not win the game as they lost at home against Bayelsa Queens. Bayelsa Queens did well by being able to win that game, where you have Delight Isaac scoring the 13th minute, Alaba Labi 45th and also in the 78th as Favor Unkocha put one back for Robo Queens in the 37th minute. That's the penalty kick to at least get something like a redemption for them. 3-1 it ended in favor of Bayelsa Queens, who came from Bayelsa State to Lagos, and they dominated. 2 teams from Lagos lost on match day 7, Dannaz Ladies and FC Robo Queens. Delta Queens, they pipped Ibom Angels that game in Nasarawa. The goal was scored by Princess Adams in the 51st minute to at least get a win in favor of that home team. Delta Queens were able to do well in the encounter. Congrats to them. Congrats to Delta Queens and all the other teams that won. Remo Star Ladies 4-0. Rivers Angels 6-0. You look at the amount of goals that came between the two teams, about 10 goals there. Nigeria Tech just 1 goal, Delta 1, Edo Queen 3 against Ekiti Queens. Robo Queens actually considered 3 goals, and you look at Heartland Queens also, they scored 3 against Confluence. Adamawa considered 6 goals, and you look at all the results. Dannaz Ladies 4-1 across all stadia in Nigeria just on match day 7 for Group A and B. Well, as it says, the teams that won really be smiling, especially like Rivers Angels, who really did well by being able to win 6-0. About 2-3 players scored hat-trick in the Women's League yesterday. Watch out for those players. Mary Moses among them. Also Lucky doing so well among the scorers for match day 7. Like I said earlier, they'll be going on break and to resume on March 19 right now for them. They've done the business of playing the first stanza of the the NWFL for Nigeria Women Football League, and now they go on break. For all the teams that participated in the MPF and also NWFL, we have to bring that to you for you to have a feel of what's actually happening concerning our league, the top tier league in Nigerian league football for both men and women. Like I said, also Anas Yusuf still topped the scorers chart there with 14 goals in the men's league. Congrats to him, and he's going home with it as he's going right now. 12 more matches to go, and really want to score more to see how he can at least win the golden boot for the NPFL this time around. Anyway, let's go on a break. Let's go on a break so that by the time we return, we also continue to give you more in the world of sports. Fantastic one there, looking at the NWFL for the women, match day 7, where they'll be going on break. We just have to showcase those two games. And you look at Nigeria Bayelsa and also Nasarawa Amazons, who actually won their last game before they lost the one they play in Remo against Remo Star Lady. Well, they won against Atlant, and right now we just have to showcase those clips there. Well, we've been talking sports, and it's time to also talk about Nigeria under 20. They travel to Cote d'Ivoire as we speak. They are in Cote d'Ivoire and they play a friendly against Cote d'Ivoire Baby Elephant. Under 20 international friendly, Nigeria defeat Cote d'Ivoire 2-0 in that game. Looking at one of the goals scored, that was a penalty scored by the captain, Daniel Bameye there. Well, congrats to them for being able to do it. And they won 2-0 against host nation, that's Cote d'Ivoire. Well, we'll be playing another one on Friday, but as it is, Coach Ali Zuberu at least can go to sleep for the fact that his team are really showing a lot of promises there. They won that game 2-0. Another goal scored by Clinton Olise for Nigeria under 20 Flying Eagles. And right now, they're trying to fine-tune that team. And news have it that those who are not really good in form, maybe they'll be at least substituted, getting some players to join them as it is right now. But for Coach Ali Zuberu, he has used this match to be able to test the players, to see how good they are ahead of this tournament that will be coming up over there in Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, they are the host nation for under 20 AFCON that will be coming up. And right now, they also face Nigeria in a friendly. It's going to be a 2-1. They won the first one. Nigeria won the first one. The second one will be coming up. And we'll wait to see if our team will also win that and at least be able to fine-tune that team before the main event starts proper. Well, we wish them the best. And right, Nigerians are happy for the fact that the team are really raring to go and they are trying their best to make sure they are prepared to win the under 20 AFCON. We're talking about AFCON there. Well, we move away from international friendly where Flying Eagles did well, winning that game 2-0 from Daniel and also Clinton. Now let's talk about the Nigerian Football Federation, who are right now trying to see how they can at least improve on Nigerian football, and that's why today, as we speak, 30 referees actually be badged in Abuja. Nigerian Football Federation bagged 30 referees. 30 referees have been earmarked. Some of them have been there before for 2025 matches, and right now you can call them FIFA badge referees. And we look at the list of those referees that have been given the nod to be able to at least have events that we covered this year. Referees, we have Abubakar Abdullahi, Kasim Abdusalam, Yemisi Akintoye, Salisu Bashir, Patrick Egba, Hannah Elaigu, Ndidi Madu, Grima Mustafa, you have Abubakar Nuruddin, Joseph Ogabo, Abigail Olufumilayo. Those are the referees that will be badged today. Assistant referee Iyadunis Tokil, you have Faith Agbons, Tijani Mustafa, Tajiri Dibori, you have Hope Igor, Akpam Friday, Muhammad, you have Emmanuel Omada, Samuel Paduzakam, you have Beauty Terra, Al-Majid Usman, For the futsal referees, you have Al Hassan Zuru, Dong Musa, John Ojele, you have Ndubusi Uka. For the big soccer referees, you have Noah Adejo Olawale Fawole, who is a general in Nigeria Army. You look at Olayinka Olajide and Ahmad Rabiu. Those are the referees that we have in the north from Nigerian Football Federation to get their badge today, and then they have the chance to at least continue to officiate in any international competitions they find themselves if they are so deemed fit by FIFA or CAF. But as it is, NFF so they find that these 30 referees in futsal, in big soccer, and also in as assistant referee, and also not forgetting football referee, they will all be given their badges today, and they can at least be able to hit their chest that they are good enough to refer or assist in games of futsal or big soccer. Good one, and congrats to all of them for being able to get this particular honor from Nigerian Football Federation. We've been talking about that. Let's move away from Nigeria and cross over. At least we need to talk about international football. Let's talk about Premier League. Some games were played yesterday in the Premier League. Liverpool, the team that really never walk alone, they did well. They edged Newcastle United to go 13 points clear. Give it up to Szoboszlai, who actually has scored 2 goals in 2 games right now. And you look at what they have done. And Maza also among the scorers there. Well, congrats to Liverpool for being able to hold it down in that game. They actually won against Newcastle United. And you look at them, you give them kudos for what they are doing. And really, they've been able to do it now, making it 13 points clear ahead. Really adding more woes to Arsenal, because Arsenal are trying to see how they can do it. In fact, the coach Arteta was saying over his dead body, will he give up right now concerning Premier League? But as it is, Liverpool added more against talking about the points. So the match just begins to accept his fate. Although they still have matches to play, let's wait and see. Maybe you have hope. According to Arteta, he will never ever give up concerning the title race. He still believes that his team can win the Premier League. What a belief, what a way to go with your hope. And right now, talking about the Premier League, let's look at the result of those games played yesterday. For Brentford against Everton, 1-1, 3-2 for Manchester United, who came from behind against Ipswich Town. It was a 3-2 5-goal thriller. You give it up to Manchester United, at least being able to wake up from their slumber, and now they've done it, 3 points at stake, and they got it for match day 27. How many matches to go? 11, and it's still a race to run. Nottingham Forest against Arsenal. They shared the spoil there. Nottingham Forest actually made the Forest ticker for Arsenal Gunners to be able to penetrate, and they could not. They just have to share 1-1 when it comes to points, and it ended 0-0. So for Arteta, it was a painful one because he was looking at it, maybe they should be able to win that game and get 3 points to reduce the tally, but it never happened. Instead, 2 were actually added for Arsenal, making Liverpool running away with it right now. For Tottenham Hotspur, 1-0 coming from Manchester United, Manchester City, I beg your pardon. Erling Haaland, the man that right now making 28th goal of the season for himself, edging Isak, where they've been standing neck to neck, having 19 goals apiece. A good one for Manchester City, being able to defeat Tottenham Hotspur, and they were able to do it at an away game. Congrats to Guardiola for being able to get that done. For Liverpool 2-0, at least outstanding against Newcastle United. They really did well in that game, and right now they're celebrating for what they are doing. For Szoboszlai and McAllister, like I call him, they call him Maka, and he's doing so well right now. McAllister scoring that goal in the 63rd minute, while Szoboszlai second goal in 2 games. You have to give kudos to the man from Egypt, Mo Salah. At least he has been able to become a force with Liverpool. This is Mo Salah is really at his best right now. He's doing so well, even though he didn't score, but at least he made an assist, and also standing there with 25 goals to his credit. Really, he deserves all the mention across the globe right now. For Mo Salah and his team, Liverpool, they really want to walk away with it, with their team, or rather fans, and not to walk alone. They're trying to see how the Cops can actually win the Premier League. There we've been talking about the Premier League, where matches were played. We saw all the results there. Now let's look at how the table is after those games were played. Yes, to complete match day 27 for all the other teams, and then match day 28 for Liverpool, Aston Villa, like that. So right now, Liverpool are topping with 67, 13 points ahead, while you look at Arsenal, who were trying to close the gap. Instead, the gap gets widening right now, 54, 40, 28, and Nottingham Forest right now also did their best to make sure they remain there among the top 4. They are not ready to drop the burden at all. Really have to appreciate what they've done this season against all odds. No one believed this could happen. Match day 27, Nottingham Forest in 3rd position. That's really very surprising. 48 points, 11 as their goal difference ahead of Manchester City, 1 point, 47. Chelsea are also the swap position. Before that game, Chelsea were number 4, but now they've gone to number 5, 46, 47 on goal difference. They have the same. Manchester City and Chelsea are becoming friends right now. One color is deeper in blue, one is one is lighter. Well, for Newcastle United, the team at St. James Park, they have 44 after losing against Liverpool, Bournemouth, Brighton, in that order of 7 and 8, 43, 43, Fulham, and you have Aston Villa, 42, 42. Unbelievable. You look at the teams that are standing top 10 there. Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, and Aston Villa, alongside Nottingham Forest. These are teams that usually you will never see them here, but really they deserve it and they've done well for themselves. Now let's look at 11 to 20 in the Premier League as it is. Brentford, they holding title, 11 position, 38 points. Crystal Palace, they won their game last time and they have 36 points. Tottenham Hotspur losing that game at home. And the coach the coach Postecoglou couldn't believe his eyes. 33 points. Manchester United, 14th position, 33 points. Amorim needs to buckle up. -6 standing there at their front. Everton, they have -4, 32 as their point. And you look at West Ham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Ipswich Town, Leicester City, and Southampton, who really seems to be condemned to relegation as it is. Well, it's still a race to run. They're still hopeful that something can still happen, looking at all those teams down the bottom of the table. But right now, you can give kudos to Liverpool. They've really done well. And the particular player, Szoboszlai, now, well, kudos to Liverpool for being able to win. Looking at the touch map of Szoboszlai, you look at how all the dotted point in blue color, really, for Szoboszlai, he deserves it. Look at how he moved around, trying to see. The map there shows that Dominic was really dominating in that game against Newcastle United. You have to give kudos to him. Mo Salah too did his best, and he was able to at least add assist to that game. Congrats to Mo Salah's team, Liverpool, and the entire squad for being able to add more sparks to their colors now. They are ahead with 13 points ahead of Arsenal, and right now the race is getting tougher and tougher. The gap is getting widening, and we wait to see maybe Arteta's hope and belief will actually come to pass. Well, from that particular story, let's quickly look at it, how it is in the NPFL, because fixtures will still be coming up today in the NPFL, where they complete the match day 26. Rivers United will be at home against Katsina United in that game in Port Harcourt, and you have Bende Insurance in Benin City against Ikorodu City. Ikorodu City have really surprised everyone this season, being able to be among the top 10 in the NPFL. And you have to give kudos to them for what they've done right now. Well, for the 4 teams that are actually playing, Rivers United among the top 10, Ikorodu City also among the top 10. So it's a battle between the first 10 and 11 to 20 meeting themselves. Katsina United and Bende Insurance just have to tighten up. But at least a lot of fans from that's River State will be hoping that they are able to win their game against Katsina, who are actually visiting, while the team from Edo State, Bende Insurance, will also be hoping that they get the 3 points at stake against Ikorodu City, who right now will be hoping that they can also win and away. Who says they cannot win? After all, it's football, 11 against 11. Well, we look at those 2 matches coming up by 4 p.m. today at 2 Stadium in Port Harcourt and also in Benin City. Earlier on, we look at the NPFL. Remo Stars still maintain the momentum of being the number 1 position, just 9 points ahead of Shooting Stars. And you look at Liverpool, widening the gap to 10 points ahead of Arsenal. We talk about Flying Eagles also being able to do well. They won their game 2-0 against Cote d'Ivoire in a friendly that took place in Cote d'Ivoire. And also not forgetting NWFL teams like Remo Star Ladies are really doing well in the league. And also Rivers Angels walloping the opponent 6-0 to also silence them. All that we brought to you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I want to appreciate your time with us on the show. From the entire crew that's made this happen, I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.